Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, Holiday Inn Express, the Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn, Russell Street Report, the original Green Turtle, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
In April 1959, Art Wall won the Masters, edging out Carey Middlecoff and Arnold Palmer by finishing birdie, 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 par birdie. 1 month later, Ocean City Golf Club celebrated the opening of their first 18 holes. That course has been transformed now into one of the most scenic golf layouts on the East Coast. Come experience 36 of the most beautiful and challenging holes you'll find anywhere. Ocean City Golf Club in Ocean City, Maryland.
Welcome into another week of the Ravens Wrap Show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens, 93.5 The Beach. We are broadcasting from the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City with Ravensers 44. Give yourselves a hand. It is week number 2 in the NFL, and for your 1-0 Baltimore Ravens coming up, we're going to be talking about the Ravens' 44-3 beatdown of the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll also recap the AFC North action and preview the upcoming game against the Philadelphia Eagles. The original Green Turtles Ravens Wrap Show brought to you by our friends, of course, here at the Blue Ox Bar and Grill. I tell you, folks, this Ravens room is bigger and better this year. They've added a lot of nice stuff, so it's a great place to come to see the game. Also brought to you by our friends at Bud Light, the Comfort Inn Gold Coast, the Ocean City Golf Club, and Holiday Inn Express. Mike Bradley from 105.7 The Fan. Of course, Bobby Vermillion, host of a million golf shows here on the shore and beyond. We got our buddy Joel, who joined us on the radio broadcast last year, and of course OC local and former Lehigh College player John Gary. Guys, welcome back for another week of the program. Oh yeah, and the Gecko too. Yes, yes, our special guest commentator this week.
This is what Bruce Laird has come to.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Geico is a great sponsor of ours. So these are hot commodities. It's like a 3-foot-long gecko. So come down to the Blue Ox. Someone's going to walk away with this.
And we'll have to do some trivia or something like that. Absolutely, good stuff. Well, guys, I guess to start the program off, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, if we didn't think so before, and I do think this deserves a round of applause, Joe Flacco has arrived.
Can we get a round of applause from Don Gary?
It's a medical miracle. We've shown that brains can be grown.
I wish I would have brought a crow or a raven so you could eat some crow this week, because Joe Flacco was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and we had a little discussion last week about Joe Flacco, which I'm sure we'll get into a little bit more in depth.
I submit that I've been proven correct. And we'll get into it.
Wow, really? Well, guys, I mean, we've got a lot of storylines leading up to this game. I was up in Baltimore for the game. I know many of the Ravensers 44 members were as well. About an hour, maybe not even that, before the game, we started hearing rumblings on the internet and Twitter and such that the offensive line was going to be shuffled around a little bit. Now, before this, we knew that the contract of Bryant McKinney had been restructured to left tackle. And I guess some would say that, hey, if you're going to cut his contract, that maybe this isn't our starting left tackle. Now, never really talked about that much last week, but I think it at least crept into our minds that maybe this isn't the guy that he'll serve in a backup role in the offensive line. So we're hearing rumblings. Bobby Williams, the left guard who we got from Cincinnati, his ankle was still injured. Cincinnati cut him. They know him well. So I think the Ravens didn't want to risk putting him out there and having him be ineffective. So Ramon Harewood, a former Morehouse State, I believe, draft pick in the 5th or 6th round, who's actually a tackle, ends up playing at left guard. Kelechi Osemele, who's the rookie out of Iowa State, plays right tackle, and they switch Michael Orr to left tackle. I'm not sure that I think it was the best combination, but obviously John Harbaugh and the coaching staff did, and that's all that matters.
I'll tell you what, I would never have guessed that situation would have occurred, even though I know we had a lot of discussion last week about restructuring McKinney's contract. you never believed that they'd start 2 rookies on the offensive line in game 1. And Harewood's a great example of you got to hang in there. Here's a guy who spent the last 2 years on injured reserve, was, like you said, a 5th, or I think he was actually a 6th-round pick, hasn't even played much football in his life, and certainly hasn't played football on a high level. He really must have had an outstanding training camp, because here the guy is on Monday night on the big stage, and he really played extremely well, Mike. I mean, this guy played a good game for being a rookie in that spotlight.
Yeah, Joel, they hit it from us very well, the Ravens and John Harbaugh.
Yeah, we were laughing about that off air, that some of us at the game, we didn't even know until, first couple plays. But, Bobby mentioned, these coaches see a lot of things in training camp that we don't see. And, this may be the wave of the future. This is what, this is where they're looking. McKinney, I don't really personally believe he's got a great work ethic and a very good attitude. So, that can disrupt your huddle a little bit. So I think overall, it was a gamble, but I think they paid off pretty well.
John, I guess the question would have been, with the left guard position being open, Osemele had some work there in the preseason, in training camp. Why not have Osemele play left guard, a proven commodity with McKinney at left tackle and Michael Orr at right tackle? Again, what does this say? I mean, is this an indictment of Brian McKinney, or is it more that they're that confident in Kelechi Osemele that they figured, hey, we can plug in Harewood at left guard and still be okay?
I think maybe a little bit of both. And if the Ravens are going to play the up-tempo style that we're seeing, maybe it was just a case that McKinney's out of shape. Maybe that was the best condition.
Probably couldn't handle that.
Yeah,
well, we talked about preseason, John. He played, I thought when he played decent in preseason. Right. But the big shock, and all the pundits and us, you listen to talk radio in Baltimore, you hear it all the time. You watch all the shows, on television. They always talk about Michael Orr not being a great left tackle. Well, obviously the Ravens and John Harbaugh don't feel that way, because this is a big move. You're not going to be switching Michael Orr back to right tackle anytime soon. I think this is a permanent move unless somebody gets hurt or somebody starts playing bad football. But I think it's making a statement that they believe Michael Orr can be our left tackle.
Well, I think that's well said.
Yeah, I think also, you noticed Flacco and really the entire offense has improved ball skills and selling the